I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for Elementalists, Chapter 19, Daybreak. Alice, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. Reach for Atlas's hand. Me too. You awaken with a start in your dorm room, your face covered in a cold sweat. You see Tim staring at you, licking your face enthusiastically. Tim, you're all healed. When you sit up, you wince at the aches and pains and lance through your body, a firm reminder of what happened the night before. So it was real. Rafe's laboratory, the machine. Rafe almost taken my and Alice's magic away. Alice, where are you? Will you relax? I'm right here. You look down and see him sprawled on a sleeping bag next to your bed. I can't believe we're alive. Are you okay? Alice's eyes widen at the worry in your voice. I'm solid. Don't worry about me. I'm more worried about you. You look like hell. That sounds about right. But speak for yourself. If I look like hell, then you don't even want to know what you look like. Atlas throws his head back and lets out a laugh and winces, clutching a sign. Don't make me laugh, you ass. It hurts. You suddenly realize and remember rescuing your friends as the lab collapsed around them and panic jolts in your chest. What about the others? Did they make it out of there? I passed out before you did. I don't know any more than you do. I don't even know how we got back here. Tim hops up to your head and Tim hops off your bed and heads to your door, where he croaks urgently at you. We have to find them, Alice. Come on. You and Atlas limp to the door in a rush. You tear it open, heart hammering in your chest. There they are. Your friends are seated around the common room, bruised and battered, but not enough to erase the smiles that bloom on their faces upon seeing you. You're all okay. And so are you. And you're awake. And you're mobile. It's so good to see you out of bed. Are you sure you're not ready to be moving around? Do you need any help? Shreya gets to her feet, wiping her eyes as she sniffles. She opens her arms wide. Come here, you. 3. Actually, everybody come here. This calls for a group hug. Not in the mood for a group hug. I will kill you. You and Atlas and Tim are swept in the tightest, most well-deserved hug of your life. Please release me. I'm so glad you guys are okay. When Rafe took you down, I thought that we were just playing dead. Because we knew you'd be disappointed if we beat Rafe for you. Something like that. What happened after Alice and I passed out? How did we all get back here? Once I was feeling like myself again, I found Professor Contos and told him what happened. And we went through the mirror and found you all. Professor Contos rushed you, Atlas, Professor Swan, and the others to the medical wing. We thought you and Atlas would be more comfortable in the dorm, so we brought you both back here after the menders healed your wounds. We woke up this morning completely disoriented and with a headache to match, but not much worse for the wears. It was actually pretty cool watching the menders work. They even managed to stabilize Swan and bring her back to consciousness. Although her leg, well, you know. Take a deep breath, a shuddering breath. Try to block out the worry that comes to your mind. The important thing is that we made it all made it out of there alive, and we've asked her to thank for that. I was just doing my part, and you all did yours in the dreadful laboratory. She's right. This was a team effort, and we pulled it off. Sorry, everyone. But I'm going to have to take Ezekiel here for a moment. You and Shreya step aside from the group to get some privacy. Shreya fixes you with an angry look. This is for almost getting yourself killed. She kisses you on the lips, her hand resting on your cheek. I should try to get killed more often. Is this what I get in return? Or if this is what... Say that again and I'll kill you myself. You can't even begin to imagine how worried I was when I woke up this morning. I can pretty well imagine, since I woke up this morning worried about you. Damn right you were. Now let's get back to the others before I do something I'll regret. Shreya takes your hand and gives it a squeeze before you both rejoin your friends. You and the rest of your friends spend the next hour sitting in the common room, going over the details of the night before. I expected Rafe to be more powerful, but he killed Dean Joffrey with a wave of his hand. In the mention of the Dean's death, the room descends into silence. Dean Joffrey was a great woman. She did a lot for the school, and we were lucky to have her. How can you say that? Dean Joffrey was a traitor. She endangered the whole school for her own selfish reasons. She was certainly a mystery. Mystery? It's not hard to puzzle out. That woman was selfish and cruel. And to top it all off, she thinks she can send us on some sort of quest? Alice pulls a locket that Dean Joffrey gave him out of his pocket, gripping it tightly in his fist. I almost forgot about that. You tell your friends about Dean Joffrey's request, they all look uneasy. That's a lot to ask of you, especially after she put you through. Last night we finally saw who Dean Joffrey really was, and she was doing her speeding, doing what she thought was right, even worse than I imagined. I'm gonna go with doing what she thought was right. I'm sure she was just trying to keep the girl and the locket safe. And in the end, she died for her. You make it seem like she died for a noble cause. Nothing could be further from the truth. Our parents died for us, so we could do what we did last night. But she died for a madman, a murderer. There's a difference. She was being manipulated, Alice. She was in control of the situation. You can't have known things would end the way they did. There was plenty from last night left to unpack, but what matters most right now is that it's over. Harrington's right. Rafe is dead and gone, and at the end of the day, that's all I care about. All I care about is, my stomach is rumbling and telling me it's time for breakfast. As if on cue, you're hit with a sudden wave of exhaustion. Your stomach gurgles loudly. Everyone, eyes settle on you. I think that's my body telling me that breakfast sounds amazing. You all let a laugh of relief and begin making your way to the dining hall. As soon as you enter, you're bombarded by an explosion of applause. The whole school has gathered inside. There he is! First he wins championship game, then he saves the world. No biggie. Can I have an autograph? Sam recoils at the volume of applause, letting out a shriek of surprise before vanishing into the ether. Oh, this is a little more than overwhelming. Yeah, no kidding. The whole school knows about what happened last night, by the way. Obviously, but how? When Swan woke up, she told the other professors what happened, and I haven't exactly been keeping quiet myself. You've been becoming celebrities overnight. Not like my level of celebrity, but Kardashian tier at the very least. I'm famous now? But I don't want all the attention. Yeah. I mean, I would like to. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I do what I do. I would like my channel to grow. But at the same time, I want my channel to grow because I want to keep growing my community so I can have people of like-mindedness around me, and so we can maybe make the world a better goddamn place. How about that? That's one of my goals. But I don't think I'll ever reach it, but guess I'll get used to it. It's not showing any signs of slowing down. I'll tell you that much. You can sign the autographs, Ezekiel. I'll be off doing literally anything else. On your way to one of the tables, a familiar goat-like vibrato calls out to you. Ah, Ezekiel Atlas. I'm glad to see the two of you up and about. Zagantos makes his way over to your group as the applause dies down around you. He holds his hand out to Atlas. It's a pleasure to meet you, Atlas. It's a relief that you're in one piece like your brother. Yeah, great to be a whole. The new dean would like a word with you two. If you just follow me, please. We already have a new dean? Jesus, that was fast. As Professor Contos leads you to the front of the dining hall, he shoots a concerned look over his shoulder. What the two of you went through this semester was more than anyone else has ever had to face, and at your age. You couldn't have known, Professor. I don't think any of us could have predicted how things would have turned out. Still, I must say I'm quite impressed with how you handled yourself, young man. That goes for both of you. Contos is right. Even I have to admit the way you handled yourself last night was impressive. Did you just compliment me? Yes, begrudgingly. Despite being completely untrained, you weren't the total liability I thought you'd be. I figured that if I didn't pull my weight, you'd kill me if Rafe didn't. You're not wrong. I guess what I'm trying to say is even after such a short time, you're almost as skilled as me. Almost. Thanks, Atlas. That means a lot. Especially coming from you. Just as long as you don't expect this positive feedback shtick to become a regular thing. Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. When Astra found me and told me what had happened, I was worried. I was going to lose my favorite student. But I see now there was no cause for alarm. You're not getting rid of me that easily, Professor. Impressed Contos. The greatest of all time because he's a goat. Ah! I get it. Goat, greatest of all time. I get it. Okay. Nor would I want to. I'm much too excited to see what you'll accomplish next year. On the other side of the hall, Professor Swan sits on a floating chair that gently bobs up and down. Dean Swan, the twins is requested. Wait, she became Dean? Oh my god. Dean Swan, you're the new Dean. Please don't be so formal. It's not like I asked for this blasted position. Professor Contos walks away with a laugh. You notice the blanket on Dean Swan's lap covering her legs. Professor, your leg. No need to worry about that, Ezekiel. That's the magic of... Catches herself and motions the two of you closer, and she whispers down to you both. Magic of blood magic. My leg will be good as new with time. Just don't tell anyone I said so. But enough about me. I was actually hoping to speak to the two of you privately. How about we step outside for a moment? Ha! Step. Please, I'll push your chair. In the hall, Dean Swan takes a deep breath before nodding at you both. Now that everything's out in the open, I think there are still some few missing pieces to the puzzle I should fill in. Yeah, that'd be great, especially because I don't feel like everything's out in the open at all. Why did this happen to us? Shortly after you were born, your parents began to hear rumors about Rafe kidnapping and killing twins. Your mother knew that the two of you were the twins he wanted, and she was determined to keep you from him. To throw him off your trail, your parents decided to split you up as babies, leaving you in the care of their trusted friends from college. Wait, back up. Rafe said that we were special too, but what makes us different from all the other twins he killed? Because of a very specific conditions you were born. Ezekiel was born a minute before midnight, where Atlas was born a minute after. That made you, Ezekiel, a child of sun, born before the darkest time of night, and it made Atlas a child of the moon, born after it. Light and reflection, the two components of refraction, that's what Rafe said in his lab. I used to ask my caretaker why he was after us, and they said they'd tell me when I was older. And then the why just stopped mattering to me. I had a brother I needed to protect, and that's all I cared about. So even your foster parents didn't tell you the whole story. Honestly, we deserve to know more. Hell, if I hadn't ended up in Penderghast, I would have been completely helpless when Rafe found me. It doesn't make sense that with a literal twin murderer on our trail, my foster parents didn't even teach me to defend myself. You don't have to tell me twice. I don't know what they thought they were doing, but it wasn't protecting you. Your parents went to face Rafe, but when we lost contact with them, we assumed the worst. Your caretakers were supposed to train you for when Rafe came for you, but he disappeared and many thought he was gone for good. Your foster parents decided to raise you a tuneless Ezekiel, in hopes that you would never have to know the horrors of Rafe the Dread. And if anything ever went wrong, they could be sent to you here at Penderghast, where you'd keep us safe and as a last resort. When Rafe killed my caretakers, I went to find you, Ezekiel. I tried to send us both to Pendarghast through the mirror in your tuneless college. Sweet. But something went wrong. You went to Penderghast, but I was trapped in the mirror dimension. Dean Swan nods and looks at the ground, her eyes filled with sadness. When you showed up on campus, Ezekiel, I enrolled you and made sure you had a place to stay. I assumed your foster parents were dead. Are they dead? They're perfectly alive and well, but they agreed you were safest at Penderghast, since something must have gone wrong for you to end up here. I didn't want to shock you with the whole story at once, so I tried to train you while keeping you safe. But that clearly didn't help. Well, clearly it did. I mean, I kept myself alive long enough. One thing I still don't understand is how Atlas and I got the crazy power we used to beat Rafe. He was draining all of our magic out of us, but when the eclipse was complete, we were suddenly super powerful. How strange, but perhaps it was due to the timing of the event. The eclipse reached its peak at midnight. The mischievous hour. Rafe's spell was set to complete right at midnight. It seems something triggered a reversal of the effect right at the perfect moment. When our hands touched. Your magical energies must have sought each other out, leaking some power that caused the machine to backfire. Suddenly a voice booms from inside the hall. Your attention, please, students. We're about to announce this year's award for top of class. We better get back. The acting dean shouldn't miss a moment like this. You and Atlas push Dean Swan's chair back into the dining hall. On your way back to the table, Professor England walks up to you and Atlas. Good to see you up and about, Mr. Winchester. I must say, when you attacked Mr. Harrington on your first day, I was a little unsure of you, but you've quickly become one of my favorite students. I look forward to seeing you in my class next year. And as for you as well, Atlas, you impressed Professor England. Thank you, Professor. I learned a lot in your class, and I promise not to attack anyone next year. I'll hold you to that. Alright, Carlton. Go do your Carlton dance. That's what he looks like to me. You return to your table just in time to receive Professor England stride to the head of the dining hall, clearing his throat to get everyone's attention. As in tradition, it's time to recognize the most promising students of Penderghast for their academic accomplishments. It is thus with great pleasure that I announce the top of this year's freshman class, Beckett Harrington. Please come forward and accept your class medallion. What a surprise. And I was all set for my underdog victory. Zeph, if you really tried, I bet you could give Beckett a serious run for his money. I expected this might happen, but it feels gratifying all the same. Now if you'll excuse me. The dining hall erupts into applause as Beckett rises to take the class medal from Professor England. So he gets a fancy dinner plate in exchange for good grades. It's dumb. Beckett's happy, and that's what matters. He earned it. Beckett returns to the table holding the class medal, a huge smile on his face. Show us the medal, Beckett. I want to see how big it is up close. Here it is. It is certainly substantial.
It's so shiny.
You worked hard for this. You deserve it. You didn't place high enough in your class to earn a class medal. I figured. BFD. Beckett deserved it. After the class medallion is awarded, the dining hall once more returns to normal and the sounds of conversation fill the air. So I was wondering, Ezekiel, Atlas, do you guys have summer plans now that you're both, aware of each other's existence? It would be fun to travel the magic world, go camping, sit at home. With Rafe out of the way, we can finally afford to relax. I'm not so sure. I'm going to use this time to train. We shouldn't let our guard down so easy. Yeah, sure. I'll make time to train too. Just as soon as I've caught up on all the shows I've been missing. And you're helping me. What are you going to do over the summer, Shreya? Well, in between binging tuneless TV shows, I've got ideas for some spa products that I've been dying to put together. I was going to get a head start on reading lists for my second year classes, but my family is dragging me to Hawaii. I'll be studying too, sort of. I'm doing field work in Tornado Alley for my major. I'll finally see real storm drivers in action. Listen, Griffin, you didn't survive a fight with Rave just so you could die in a stupid tornado over the summer. I'm staying out of trouble. My aunts are taking Abuela, Z, and I on a cruise, so I'm gonna eat, sunbathe, and scuba dive all summer. Going on a cruise sounds fun, though I'll have to be content with just the Penn Square, since I'll be running the store all summer. Wait, I know a way for us to find out for sure what our summer will hold. Zeph runs out to the buffet line and returns with a tray. He slams bowls down in front of each of you. Prophecy O's. Oh, Prophecy O's. I've heard of these. I've always wanted to watch them. Show me my future. Don't tell me you actually believe that a breakfast cereal can foretell the future. Oh, mine's moving. It says... Watch as the letters in Shreya's bowl combine to form money. I already knew I was rich, so this feels like a complete waste. Mine's next. It says storm warning. That doesn't sound good. Promise me you'll look out for tornadoes. Oh, mine says branch out. Perhaps I'll continue to improve my branching. I'm next in this ridiculous farce. Let's see. Who are you? Did this bowl of cereal just tell me to do some soul-searching? Hogwash. Complete nonsense. Alice is spelling something out. Everyone turns to look at Alice's bowl of prophecy O's. The letters begin to form a coherent message. Before Zeph can finish reading, Atlas thrusts a spoon into the bowl, hopelessly scrambling the letters. Atlas? What, I'm hungry. Besides, I'm with Harrington, fortune telling us for suckers. Whatever happens, I'll deal with it as it comes. You nods to your bowl where the letters are beginning to drift into a formation. See what it says. Peering closely at your bowl, you see the phrase, no bounds, floating amidst a jumble of letters. Alice lets out a snort of amusement. Cryptic nonsense, if you ask me. Now your cereal is soggy. A small price to pay for knowing what the future holds. Well, I bet my fortune is especially detailed, considering how long it took to come together. With bated breath, the table looks at Zeph's bowl of prophecy O's, which slowly forms... Bucket. Hey! Must have gotten Bucket's bowl on accident. That's actually really good. Just Bucket. Wow. Very funny. As the morning continues, you and your friends take your time eating breakfast, enjoying each other's company. You're not going to finish your food, Griffin? That's not like you. Oh, I'm not finished. I'm saving room. I heard about a tuneless food cart that arrives in Penn Square at the end of every school year. I'm going to go check it out after this. I'm sorry, did you say a tuneless food? Exactly. No Yorba eggs, no dragon legs, just tuneless classics. Like, well, I guess we'll find out. I have always wanted to try marshmallows. No, that's not... I hope they have some tuneless candies. I love jelly beans and gobsmackers, especially. Oh, I love those too. Jelly beans, gobsmackers? I love tuneless food, but I've never heard of those. Or had them. That's not what any of those things are actually called. But I'll save that for another time. Baby steps. If they have my favorite tuneless pizza rolls, I'm so down. Alright, let's go have breakfast number 2. Got a Penn Square. No. I appreciate the offer, but I'm still feeling sore all over. I'm gonna go spend the afternoon relaxing instead. It may not be obvious, but that's all that keeps me together right now is willpower and breakfast food. I didn't even think about how exhausted you would be after last night. You should take it easy, Ezekiel. After a power nap, I should be ready for anything. Power naps, do they really exist? No, they don't. Change my mind. Later that afternoon, you and your friends decide to take a walk around campus. I don't know if it's me or just the nice weather, but this is the most relaxing day I've had in a long time. Turns out when you don't have a crazed madman pursuing you, you feel more relaxed. Who knew? I always feel relaxed when the weather's nice, when all the trees and flowers and grass are so happy. It's hard to be worried about anything. Tim reappears beside you with a pop and stretches out his whole body in the afternoon sun. I guess even Tim needs to unwind in nice weather. Ah, Miss you, just who I wanted to see. He turns to see Professor Contos making his way down the path. Professor Contos, you were looking for me? Do you need an item special ordered from the shop, or...? Oh, no. This is an academic matter. The letters have already been mailed out, but since you're here, I might as well tell you. You've been accepted to begin study at Penderghast as an exchange student next year. If you have time, we can fill out the necessary paperwork. Friends all out, cries of delight, and you can't help grinning at the shocked look on Astra's face. I'm really... Oh my... Astra, congrats! This is a dream come true for you, isn't it? Astra wipes away a tear. All the flowers in her hair are in bloom. Yes, it really is. The day just keeps getting better. It's gonna be great having you on campus next year. Right. Em says congratulations, too. I'm so happy for you, Astra. You must be so excited. Excited is an understatement. I want to learn about attuned magic and go to the library and to thief games and do all the things students do, and... She takes a deep breath and with a huge grin on her face. I've never seen someone literally breathless with excitement before. I have to say, it's pretty infectious. If you're ready, Miss Dew. Just a moment, please, Professor. Ezekiel, can I talk to you alone for a second? You and Astra step beneath the arches of the outer hallway to get some privacy. Ezekiel, I want to thank you. I don't think I would have been able to do this without your encouragement. Of course you would have. You've always wanted this. It was your hard work and dedication that got you here. Maybe, but you're the first person who really seemed to believe me and believe I could make it as an exchange student. It was a big difference. Well, regardless of anything, I did. This is your achievement. I'm just here to celebrate with you. Astra hugs you, her vines wrapping around you as well. Alright, let's get you back to Professor Contos. I don't want you to miss your meeting. Your friends congratulate Astra, and she heads off with Professor Contos, giving you all one last wave over her shoulder. I've never seen Astra so happy, and Astra seems happy most of the time. I'm excited to speak to her in academic capacity. I've read much of wood nymph culture and philosophy, and it is fascinating. Well, while you're discussing that, I'll be taking notes on Astra's fashion choices. Wood nymph courtiers. The future. I'm telling you. I'm just glad she'll be around more, and I'll bet she knows some cool spells she can teach us too. What do you think, Alice? Alice? Yes, that Alice has walked off, his posture dejected. gonna go check on him. Hey, give me a minute, guys. You tail Atlas at a distance until he comes to a stop inside the bridge, heading towards the thief arena. You join him as he stares out over the water, his arms crossed, a vacant expression on his face. You doing alright? I'm fine. It's good to see Astra so happy, huh? All she's ever wanted is to be a student at Penderghast. Yeah. It's, really great. You know, Atlas, after everything you've done for the school, I'm sure they'd let you stay on as a student if you asked. Maybe, but I'm not interested. This really isn't my scene. But, Atlas, think of the food. It could be roomies. You could teach me stuff. Teach you stuff like what? Well, you could teach me moon magic for starters, or how to fight, or disguise tactics, or what to eat in the woods, or... Ezekiel, I learned a lot of that stuff on my own. I'm sure you can too. I don't know, I don't think I can stay. What do you mean? You spent all this time to find me, and here I am, and why would you leave? Not everything is about you, you know. Hold up your hands defensively, and Alice sighs, his brow creasing in frustration. Sorry, I didn't mean to snap at you. I've never been to school before. I've never been around this many people. It's overwhelming. It makes me itchy. He takes a deep breath before continuing. Listen, Ezekiel, I'm glad you found your place here. I really am. I'm just not sure I can. Atlas, I get this is new for you. I just thought that after you found me, we would stay together. I think that what Ezekiel's trying to say is you're not alone anymore. Right, Ezekiel? You and Alice wheel around to see that all of your friends has joined you on the bridge. Did you all hear that? Shreya, Beckett, Griffin, and Zephyr all nod in unison. Atlas, you can always talk to me. You didn't just find me, you found us. We're a package deal. Speak for yourselves. Maybe you and Griffin are a BOGO bargain, but I'm sold separately. Well, at least I got you on a discount. Any brother of Ezekiel's is a pal in my books. Like it or not, Atlas, you have friends now. Don't worry. It was hard for me, too, to wrap my head around it. I'm sure I'm gonna regret saying this, but I'd also be lying if I didn't enjoy your company from time to time, so thanks. Did Atlas just say thanks? Don't get used to it. He softens his tone slightly. You've all given me a lot to think about, so I'm gonna go do that alone, which means don't follow me. You all watch him head off, and you let out a breath. I guess now we can just wait and see what he decides. If there's one thing I know, it's that he'll decide what's best for him. I have a feeling we'll be seeing your brother around next year. In the meantime, I'm gonna go decide what's best for me, and that's taking a nap. I was exhausted before breakfast, and now I'm exhausted and in a food coma. See you later, Zeph. Sweet dreams. I don't have any hopes for sweet dreams after last night, but honestly, I think I'm too tired to care. See you guys later, okay? Zeph gives you each a hug and before heading off to the dorms. On that note, I should get some rest too. I left something of mine in Professor England's classroom, so I'm gonna pop over there and pick it up before I leave for the summer. While you're there, could you keep an eye out for my copy of the Pendarghast Compendium? It has my name written on the inside cover. Of course it does. Please don't teasing. Things are hard enough as it is. I've never lost a book before, and I have to find it before I go home. Oh, you should try the Lost and Found. I don't really know how it works, but lost stuff tends to wind up there. I suppose that's a suitable plan for the time being, though it'd be more time efficient to have help. Well, I got no reason to go back inside for the rest of the term, so I'm gonna go for a swim. Swimming? Since when does Penderghast have a recreational pool? It doesn't. That's why I'm going swimming in the lake. Anybody who's game is invited to join. What about you, Ezekiel? How are you spending your last hours on campus? This will be your last opportunity to spend quality time with one of your friends before the school year ends. Oh snap! And it's not a diamond choice. Don't worry, I'm sure there will be one somehow, some way hidden. So we have Shreya, Beckett, Griffin. See how she isn't a love interest? I'm just saying. Hashtag wood nymph. Start the movement. The rest of your friends leave with a wave and you turn to Shreya. I'll tag along with you. Wouldn't want you to lose that precious thing in Professor England's classroom. Aren't you a doll? Come on. I think I know where I left it. Shreya leads you to Professor England's classroom, which is deserted, save for some pens and paper strewn around on the empty desks. Ah, here it is. The finest essay I've ever written. Shreya picks up a stack of papers from Professor England's desk, holding them in the air triumphantly. An essay? That's what you needed? Who are you, Beckett? Shreya claps a hand over her heart. You have mortally wounded her. I would sure hope not. He's going to get early wrinkles with all the frowning he does. It's an essay I wrote about the enchantments to improve skin health. Very important stuff. I got an A. I'm not surprised with a complexion like yours. You obviously know your stuff. So I'm thinking we should go through England's desk. Oh, and what made you think that? I have to know what he's got in there. Don't tell me you aren't curious. Ezekiel Winchester, what a downright mischievous thing for you to say. What can I say? I like a little mischief now and again. My 5th grade teacher used to keep shiny rocks he found on the blacktop. Maybe Professor England got a fairy who grades all of our papers for him. Actually, it looks like we don't even have to go inside. Shreya walks over to Professor England's desk, picks up what looks like a miniature metal dragon. Does Professor England collect figurines? It's a snapdragon, silly. Teachers used to use them to catch students cheating in class, but they're kind of old-fashioned these days. Shreya cups your cheek in her hand, smiling fondly at you. Oh, Ezekiel, have I ever mentioned how utterly adorable it is when you go all tuneless on me? Probably you're not teasing me, are you? Shreya kisses your cheek, her eyes dancing with warmth. I am, but that's how I show my affection. Oh, how I love showing you new things. Here, try to guess which hand I'm holding my paper in, and make sure to peek. She places the little metal dragon back on Professor England's desk and holds her essay to her back. As soon as you try to peek around her, the snapdragon shoots into the air and begins fluttering around you, your ear berating you in echoing metallic tones. A Penderghast student is cheating. Why? The whole school's prestige will suffer. See? It snaps at you verbally. Honestly, I think it's a little bit broken. It's not like it was cheating on a test or anything. Suddenly, Snapdragon lands on a nearby desk, tips its head back, and shoots a small stream of fire straight into the air. You didn't mention it was a safety hazard, too. Though, honestly, those flames are pretty cool. It's no hazard. The flames don't burn. That's what snapdragons do when they sense you thinking about getting up to no good. Oh, and what devious things are on your mind? There's so much you can do in an empty classroom. Carve your initials in the underside of a desk. Leave a prank on the teacher's chair. Tree trails a finger down your chest, leaning close with a glint in her eyes. Making out with a special someone I have such a huge crush on. I sure hope you're talking about me. Shreya chuckles, grazing her lips over your cheek as she replies. You can't help shivering. I most definitely am, and since school is out, we can be sure no one will walk in on us. I love myself a little scandal now and again. Well, if there is something you'd like to get up to, just say the magic words, and I'm all yours. This is your last chance to get with Shreya. You have your moments. Let's not get ourselves in trouble. We're definitely not supposed to be in here right now, and we probably shouldn't cause any more chaos the last day on the term. I suppose that's fair. I've had my fun anyhow. With Shreya's paper recovered, the two of you leave Professor England's classroom. The next morning, you and the rest of your friends are walking through the campus for a final time before heading home for the summer. Can't believe this is our last day together until school starts again. Time sure flies when you're having fun. Or when you're too busy trying to stay alive to worry about what time it is. You're both right. Rafe aside, I had a ton of fun this year, and I have you all to thank for that. I'm glad to see we're finally getting some credit for making this year the highlight of your entire life. I'm gonna miss you guys. Who am I gonna talk about Thief with? Pick me. Anytime you want to talk about Thief, Griffin, I'm your guy. Day or night. I demand to be included in any and all discussions about Thief. I don't know much about Thief, but having someone else to talk to about my research this summer would be mutually productive. You can tell me all about your research, Beckett, as long as I get to make you read something for once, that is. There's always a catch. I'm willing to expand my literary horizons. Summer is an excellent opportunity to develop one's artistic tastes, after all. And I'll spend summer on magic. On lookout for magic items that reminds me of each of you. Oh, and I can get the magical wooden owl like the ones you have. Wait, scratch that. Can I get a magical wooden lizard? I'm sure Tim would love the extra company. I haven't seen a wooden lizard in a long time. But keep an eye out. Shreya falls back to a walk alongside you, slipping her hand through the crook of your arm. I'm going to miss you this summer. A lot, like a whole lot. Maybe we'll just have to visit each other once or twice then. Ezekiel, if you visit me, you know as well as I do that I won't be able to give you back. I'm not sure I'd be able to leave anyway. Shreya suddenly steps in front of you and cups her hands around your face, pulling you into a long kiss. Finally she withdraws and lets out a long sigh. I have to make sure you have a little something to remember me by. Don't worry, Shreya. I won't be forgetting you anytime soon. You've made sure of that. At the front of the group, you see Zeph glance at his watch and let out a cry of surprise. Oh crap, if we don't get to the mirror room soon, I'm gonna be late. And if I'm late, Abuela's gonna kill me. You guys go on ahead, I'll catch up. I want to take a last look at the campus before we go. Last one in the mirror room's a rotten your bag. You're determined to embarrass yourself, then you're on. A friendly competition it is? Oh, people say I'm friendly. Does that mean I win? Take your time, Ezekiel. These clowns will eat my dust for hours after I win. The sound of your friends' voices disappearing into the distance, you look across the quad and let out a sigh. I'm gonna miss this place. The ground begins to shake, the statue in the center nearly falling off its pedestal. Fog rolls in with terrifying speed. What's happening? You barely keep your footing, waving your arms to remain standing as the earth continues to quake. Then your vision goes white. You see craggy hills, trees swaying as the earth shakes. Then you hear a loud crack from deep beneath the ground. Your vision is wrenched away and you're left dazed. With all that item, you missed a sneak peek at book 2. What was that? The earth rumbles again, but the vision doesn't return. This place must be where earthquakes are coming from. Maybe if I try to use my prescience, I can get a glimpse into what's causing them. Use your prescience to learn about these strange events and unlock a teaser for book 2. No, thank you. Shouldn't strain myself, especially after the last couple days. The earth gives another shake before finally going still. A feeling of unease settles in your stomach. Still, whatever it is, I have a bad feeling about it. Thanks for playing, Elementalists. More magic and mysteries await in Elementalists Book 2. So, hi, how are you? What's up? How's your day? Having a good one? It's good. Me, not so much. So, with that being said, um, let me put it this way. If you guys want an Elementalist book 2, I demand each and every one of you, Elementalist Diamond Edition, book 1, for book 2, demand each and every one of you share and like the video. Please, it's really appreciated. That being said, I'm tired. Today's not been a good day. Feelings suck, emotions suck, things like that suck. But we all must continue striving and get over shit, I suppose. So, here, by the way, this is a little sneak peek of. Oh, I do voices like this. I'm serious. I'm serious. I was prepared. Yeah, nothing else to say. So, I guess I will catch you guys later for Ride or Die. I got one more book to do. It almost feels like I've already done them all. It's getting dark outside. It looks like it might crappy rain and things like that. And then I'll probably stream later this evening. Which, if you haven't tuned in for Metro Exodus, it's a lot of fun. And feel free to tune in with me to do it. Trying to grow the Twitch channel. So hey, please consider following me over there. And without further ado, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.